Marietta hosting Athens in some high school soccer. Lady Tigers come into this one 2-0. And Marietta on the offensive very early. Blair Reed with a shot from just outside the box, and Jordan Short able to deflect that one near goal for the Tigers. Now near the end of the first half, the Lady Bulldogs get their first shot on goal from Nadia Smucker, but saved easily by Maura Meisel. Now second half, Marietta corner kick, and after the ball is bounced around a couple of times, Fiona Fowler puts it into the back of the net. Marietta goes up 1-0. And shortly after a handball, Marietta with a penalty kick, and Grace Spencer puts that one in. Lead extended to 2-0. Now another corner kick coming up for the Lady Tigers. Ball being passed around before Short going to make another great save for Athens. However, Marietta hangs on to win that one 2-0.